Gadger walked with willing foot, and I, the Gadger, played the flute. And what should Master Gogger play but over the hills and far away?
Where I buckle on my pack and foot it gaily in the track, a pleasant gauger long since dead, I hear you fluting on ahead.
You go with me the self-same way, the self-same air for me you play. For I do think, and so do you, it is the tune to travel to.
For who would gravely set his face to go to this or t'other place? There's nothing under heaven so blue that's fairly worth the travel to. Upon a road for one and all, or high or low, will lead you where you wish to go, and one and all go night and day over the hills and far away. About the country high and low, among the lilacs hand in hand, and 2 by 2 in fairyland. The brooding boy, the sighing maid, wholly fain and half afraid, now meet along the hazel brook to pass and linger, pause and look.
A year ago when blithely paired, their rough and tumble play they shared. They kissed and quarreled, laughed and cried. A year ago at Eastertide.
With bursting heart, with fiery face, she strove against him in the race. He unabashed her goddess all, that now would touch her skirts with awe. Now by the stile of blaze she stops, and this demure eyes he drops. Now they exchange averted sighs, or stand in merry silence.
shadows peel far at sea, cunning fingers fashion me. There on palace walls I hung, while that Consuelo sung.
But I heard, though I listened well, never a note, never a trill, never a beat of the chiming bell. There I hung and looked, and there
in my grey face, faces fair shone from under shining hair. Well, I saw the poising head, but the lips moved and nothing said.
And when lights were in the hall, silent moved the dancers all. So a while I glowed, and then
Fell on dusty days and then
long I slumbered packed in straw, long I none but dealers saw.
till before my silent eye on that seas came passing by. Now with an outlandish grace to the sparkling fire I face.
In the blue room at Scary Bar, where I wait until the door open and the Prince of Men, Henry James, shall come
Out of the sun, out of the blast, out of the world alone I passed, across the moor and through the wood, to where the monastery stood. Then neither lute nor breathing fife, nor rumour of the world of life, nor confidences low and dear shall strike the meditated here.
Aloof, unhelpful, and unkind, the prisoners of the iron mine,
where nothing speaks except the bell, the unfraternal brothers dwell.
For passionate men still clothe the fresh with agonizing folds of flesh, whom the clear eye solicits still to some bold output of the will.
While fairy fancy far before and musing memory hold the door, now to heroic death invite, and now uncurtain fresh delight.
Oh, little boots it thus to dwell on the remote unneighbored hill.
Oh, to be up and doing, oh, unfearing and unshamed to go.
In all the uproar and the press about my human business,
My undissuaded heart I hear whisper courage in my ear. With voiceless calls the ancient earth summons me to daily birth.
Thou, oh my love, ye, oh my friends, the gist of life, the end of ends. To laugh, to love, to live, to die, you call me by the ear, and I fought from the casemate on the plain, where honor has the world to gain. Pour forth and bravely do your part, oh knights of the unshielded heart.
Forth and forever forward, out from prudent turret and redoubt, and in the
vivifying eye. All monks should pass your corner by.
For still the Lord is Lord of might.
Indeed, he takes delight.
The plow, the spear, the laden barks, the field, the founded city mark.
He marks the smiler of the streets,
The singer upon garden seas.
he sees the climber in the rocks.
To him the shepherd folds his flock.
For those he loves that underprop,
With daily virtues heaven's taught.
and bear the falling sky with ease.
On frowning caryatide.
Those he approves that ply the trade,
That rock the child, that wed the maid.
that with whack virtue's weaker hand.
So gladness on the people's lands.
And still, with laughter, song, and shout,
Spin the great wheel of earth about.
but yea,
Oh, ye who linger still, here in your fortress on the hill.
with placid face,
With tranquil breath,
the unsought volunteers of death.
our cheerful general on high, with careless looks may pass you by. Not yet, my soul, these friendly fields, desert where thou, with grass and rivers and the breeze and the bright face of day, thy dalliance hadst, where to thine ear first sang the enraptured bird.
Where love and thou that lasting bargain made, the ship rides trim, and from the eternal shore thou hearest airy voices, but not yet depart, my soul, not yet a while depart.
Freedom is far as far thou art with life, too closely woven, nerve with nerve entwined. Service still craving, service lost for love, love for dear love, still suppliant with tears.
Alas, not yet thy human task is done. A bond of birth is forged, a debt of life, immortal on mortality it grows, by vast rebound it grows, unceasing growth, gift upon gift, arms upon arms of
From man, from God, from nature till the soul, at that so huge indulgence stands amazed. Leave not, my soul, the unfoughten field, nor leave thy debts dishonored, nor thy place deserted.
without due service rendered for thy life.
Love, spirit, and defended for to play. Thy body now beleaguered, whether soon or late she fall.
Whether today thy friends bewail,
thinking in the present good.
Solely delights and all the camps rejoice.
It is not yours, O mother, to complain, not mother yours to weep, though never more your son again shall to your bosom creep.
Though never more again you watch your baby sleep.
Though in the greener paths of earth, mother and child no more, we wander and no more the birth of me whom once you bore
Seems still the brave reward that once it seemed of yore.
Though as all passes day and night, the seasons and the years, from you, oh mother, this delight, this also disappears. Some profit yet survives of all your pangs and tears.
The child, the seed, the grain of corn, the acorn on the hill, each for some separate end is born, in season fit and still. Each must in strength arise to work the almighty will. So from the hearth the children flee by that almighty hand, austerely led, so one by sea goes forth and one by land. Nor aught of all man's sons escapes from that command. So from the sally each obeys the unseen almighty nod. So till the ending all their ways blindfolded loth have trod, nor knew their task at all, but were the tools of God. And as the fervent smith of yore beat out the glowing blade, nor wielded in the front of war the weapons that he made, but in the tower at home still plied his ringing trade. So like a sword the sun shall roam on nobler missions sent, and as the smith remained at home in peaceful turret pent, so sits the while at home the mother well content. A blue behind it, ate by skip upon the trees of paradise. In mankind's feast I take my place.
In solemn sanctimonious state, and have the air of saying grace. While I defile the dinner plate, I am the smiler with the knife, the baton upon garbage eye.
Dear heaven, when such a rancid life, were it not better far to die?
Yet still about the human pale, I love to scamper, love to race, to swing by my irreverent tail all over the most holy place.
And when at length some golden day, the unfailing sportsman aiming and shall beg me, all the world shall say, thank God, and there's an end of it.
My dungeon is, and yet my parks and palaces, which is so great that there I go all the day long, to and fro. And when
the night begins to fall, throw down my bed and sleep, while all the buildings hum with wakefulness, even as a child of savages, when evening takes her on her way,
sleeps in an antwer of that Alp, which is so broad and high that there, as in the topless fields of air, my fancy soars like to a kite,
and faints in the blue infinite, which is so strong, my strongest throws in the rough world's besieging blows, not break it, and so weak with all death ebbs and flows in its loose wall, as the green sea in fishers' nets and tops its topmost parapets, which is so holy mine that I can wield its whole artillery,
and mine so little that my soul dwells in perpetual control. bones, the beggared soul so barely owns. What money passed from hand to hand, what creeping custom of the land.
What deed of author or a sign
can make a house a thing of mine?
Yont among the years to be, when are we think and are we see, and are we love's been down a G by times which shouther, and what was rich and rang for me
lies mangled through there. It's possible, it's hardly mere that some had ripened after Lear, some old professor or young heir. If still there's either, may find and read me and be sere.
perplexed pure breather. What tongue does your old bookie speak?
He'll spear and I his mouth to speak.
No being fit to write in Greek.
I write in Lallan, dear to my heart as the peat Greek, old as Tentelon.
You spak it then and knew their name. My pure old sangs lie their lane. Their sense that ace was broad and planed into together, like runes upon a stand and stain among the heather.
But think not you the braid to spiel, you tame on chow the bitter peel. For your leer,
For your skill, your name say lucky, and things are never where than we.
for you my bucky, the hail concern, egg hens and eggs, baked books and riders, stars and clecks, no staffers upon lows and legs and wares. Oh, the tackle mankind near the dregs, rinse Your book that in some broad new tongue you wrote or printed, preached or sung, will still be just a bairn and young in fame and years, when the Hayley planet's guts are dung. About your
And you say grub into a spar, or wembled we some leaves and star, crying to Kenmore Dale ye are, may France or Flanders wang sindry like a railway car, and fly in tenders.
seas. We'll have it in your garden trees, a bonny bit between the muckle pentland's knees. Secure ye sit, beaches and aches entwined there thick, and first a stench old foreign click. A similar day your chimneys reek Houthi bien, and here and there your windy ski.
Among the green, a pickled plaids and pads and posies,
Queen old gilly flowers and roses,
a ring o' wires the hailing encloses,
sheep or men and there the old housey beaks and dozes.
by her lane the Garda crooks his weary back, a day in the pitty track, or maybe stops a while to crack with Jane the cook, or at some bus worm eating black to give you a look. Hey!
Can go together, the wild beasts seek the garden raws, where each we heather, or in the gloaming goose and grey, the sweet-throat mavis tunes her lay, the herd comes linking down the brae, and by degrees the muckle siller
Moon Max way
among the trees.
meditation sat apart, when Nora loves or Kittle art perplexed my mind. Here sucked the balm for ilke smart, O humankind.
Hereafter we'll nuke it by my lane, we Horace, or perhaps Montaigne. The morning hours they come and gain, up you and me hide, I want an egg in a chucky stain. For I agreed but knew the old city street by street, and winter flew or snow and sleet, oh while I shut in my gangrel feet and govin metal, no is the souped ingle sweet and lilting kettle, and knew the winter winds complain, called lies the glory in Ilka Lane, on Dragold Hizzy, taunted ween and drunken lads, in the Merknish the winter rain dribbles and brock, when bugles fray the castle rock, and beating drums with dowie shock, walking at cold ripe sacks o'clock, my chittering frame, I mind me on the Kintry cock. Fancy travels far afield, together that gardens yield. Oh, sun and simmer to harden up a doughy shield. Fancy's the limmer. When Ain't April is fairly come, and birds may begin winter's lamb, and please is prayed for ransom. Oh, what an estate, love, we herald recruiting drum, and tax the gate.
The hard plays done we main and nicht, The lasses in Rasse bricht, their dresses are so brontecht. The bonny birdies wear winter virtue at the sicht. Gangs heels over hurdies, and I is love frae land to land. Turls the drum we eyed in hand, the men collected her command. Town bred or land art, and following a dandy band. Her gossy standard, and I was sang of rain and snow, and weary winter wheel o' woe. No bust me in a jacket roar, and take my place at the Ramsden, Harum, Scarum, row, a smiling face, smiling face.
Now we are mum, we are mum, we are way on. We are mum, we are mum, we are way on. We are mum, we are mum, we are way on. We are mum, we are mum, we are way on. We are mum, we are mum, we are way on. We are mum, we are mum, we are way
It's raining wheats the gerd and sod, with the lang roads where gangrels plod, a moist and civil thing of God in mid-July.
If you'll just curse the snack draw, dot and say, well, he's a broad place in heaven you can, and leaves us pure for just getting men. Clam jump freed in the butt and bend. He caused the earth a wee bit inconvenient, and no muckle worth, and whilst at or at times keeks out, sees what pure mankind are about, and if he can, I've little doubt, upsets their plans. He hates a mankind branch and roots, and love that's man's and wiles when they take heart again, and life by the sun looks broad and plain. Down comes the jaw, Drew can rain upon their honors. God sends a spate out tower the plain, or Mebeth honors, Lord save us, life's an ungood thing.
Summer and a winter, Yule and spring, the damned o'er-hearted seasons bring a fickle trouble. I would nay try to be a king.
No, nor for double, but since we're in it willy-nilly, we maun be watchful, wise and skilly, and oh mind honey, either Billy.
Lassie nor God,
But drink, that's my best counsel, Tilly. Say, talk the night.
that God should fashion to frame the earth and lift, say hey, and clean forget to explain the same to a gentleman like me.
They got so down to the folk, they're weird, they will may dree. But why present a pig in a poke
to a gentleman like me? They are the folk that paracheat and sup their sugared tea, but the mind is known to be wild. We meet, we are gentlemen like me.
They are the folk, they court their joes at gloaming on the lea, but they're made of a commoner clay, I suppose,
than a gentleman like me. They are the folk for richt or rang, they suffer, bleed or dee, but a third things are an MP sang to a gentleman like me.
Demand, though humble as can be, a statement fair in my maker's hand to a gentleman like me.
a clear account, right fair and broad, and a plain apology, with the devil seagull words of God
from a gentleman like me.
In many foreign paired I've been, and many and none co-fairly seen, since Mr. Johnstone, you and I last walked upon Cutlery.
a weak leg of 17 I passed by sea and land, through east and west, and still in Ilka agent station saw nothing but abomination.
The gangrel Scot uplifts his hands at lack of a sectarian fusion and call religious destitution.
Here in Spearman, free place to place, tries other graceless means a grace preacher on preacher, kirk on kirk, this in a Stoughton thon a stir.
Blethering clan, no worth a preen, as by the Smith of Aberdeen, at last across the weary fame fray for outlandish parrots I came. To John O'Grod.
The king who drinks as I conceive it, Talisker is low, Glen live it for after years. We have Parkman tea, phrase and Zibon to Oligante.
Money of fashion, Sarah affliction, Aggie is my sincere conviction of other foreign tricks and pliskies. I must abominate their whiskey.
Made with them skulls they cannot wheel, and we a hash show lemon peel, and dice and sick and filth they ettle dust as some kind of guru settle sick. Worship apothecaries, brews we have stuff who's going to file their moves. We am and I was a blind hame crummer when first I sent it out my rummer. Ye should haste me then we care the less important pairs prepared sign will contented we it up pour in the say please, therein to pay the lie. Sat and plottered we my ladle.
Glad was I the morrow's mounted daughter through the stupid corn, and after all my strange mischances, sit down and make my aid descent.
And then it was a joy to me, the pulpit and the pews to see, the pennies down in the plate, the elders looking on instead.
And mang the first as it befell, what should I see? But yourself, I was and I will, no deny it. At the first cliff ahead, we'll try it.
To see yourself in sickest station, it seemed a doubt the dispensation. The feeling was a mere digression, for soon I understood right. For
soon I understood the session on Bunny Aiken Neil. I wondered they had doomed say, will I saw I had myself to blame.
For I but remained at hame, idlins though no ever deserving thing. Nation named your humble servant, the crook was filled, the door was sneaked up to the pulpit, and Chiquita was there, pleased and I can tell.
Proud was I to see his face after sailing a war free grace.
Pleased as I was, I'm no denying, some matters were not
I found, and here was news.
mere hymn books cocking in the pew,
A humanized abomination,
unfit for any congregation.
Shine! While I still was on the tenter,
I stuttered at the new presenter.
I thought him gesturing and called the sayer declension fray the old.
Sign as though all the faith was wrecking.
The prayer was not what I'd expected.
Him so as it appeared to me was now the man he used to be.
But just as I was growing vexed
He wailed a mighty judicious text,
and launching into his prelections,
swoop we girl on a defection.
oh what a gale was on my spirit,
To hear the pin so doctrine clear it,
and all the horrors of damnation.
set first with faithful ministration.
a Charlton testimony here.
We were redeemed and that was clear.
I owned with gratitude and wonder.
He was a pleaser to sit under.
Laid in the nick, in bed I lay. The winds were at their weary play, and Ireland was in skirling way. Through heaven they battered.
On Dingle Hail, on Blaffer Spray, the tempest splattered the mason house. It dindled through, it dung the ship, it cowed the crew. The rank it aches, it overthrew.
Had braved the weathers, the strength sea glades, it took 'em blue.
Away like feathers, the throttle fear on our shed.
And the hair rose and slumber fled, and licks were lit and prayers were said through all the country. And the cold terror club in bed, we on sindry. To hear in the pit murk on high, the brangled collie Shenji fly. The wall they thought we land and see, it's still wild cow pit, and for old and the smashed debris.
By God, we rope it
Meanwhile, pray for Elder Boren,
to folks with telescopes in
cold places.
Was God, I cry, and weighs me to basic races.
I mind the fish the sailors keep, but fire can't lay rest or sleep.
In darkness and the muckle deep, and mine beside the herd that on the hills the sheep has wandered wide.
I mind me on the Holstein Weans,
The penny Joes on causey stains,
the old folk with the crazy veins.
faith old and pure that I'm on all the winds and rains and labor sere. And whiles I'm kind of pleased to blink and kind of played for beat to think, for I wrote the meat and drink and waste a crumb. I'll maybe have to though we skink in kingdom come.
For God, when Joe's the judgment bell, we his ain't hand is leaving sail. Salary the guide,
As prophets tell,
pray them that had it.
and in the reaming paddle hell the rich be scattered. Oh Lord, if this indeed be say, let all that siren happy day. Again the world grown old and grey, up we say. And let the pure enjoy their play. I'll toll my
From the bonny bells of heather, they brewed a drink long syne. Was sweeter far than honey, was stronger far than wine. They brewed it and they drank it, and lay in a blessed swound for days and days together in their dwellings underground.
There rose a king in Scotland, a fellman to his foes. He smote the Picts in battle, he hunted them like roes. Over miles of the Red Mountain, he hunted as they fled, and strewed the dwarfish bodies of the dying and the dead.
Summer came in the country, red was the heather bell, but the manner of the brewing was none alive to tell.
In graves that were like children's, on many a mountain head, the Brewsters of the heather lay numbered with the dead.
The king in the red morning rode on a summer's day, and the bees hummed and the curlews cried beside the way. The king rode and was angry, black was his brow and pale, to rule in a land of heather and lack the heather ale.
It fortuned that his vassals, riding free on the heath, came on a stone that was fallen, and vermin hid beneath, rudely plucked from their hiding, never a word they spoke. A son and his aged father, last of the dwarfish folk.
The king sat high on his charger, he looked on the little men, and the dwarfish and swarthy couple looked at the king again.
Down by the shore he had them, and there on the giddy brink, I will give you life, ye vermin, for the secret of the drink.
was red around them, the sea rumbled below.
And up and spoke the father, shrill was his voice to hear. I have a word in private, a word for the royal ear. Life is dear to the aged, and honor a little thing. I would gladly sell the secret, quoth the pig to the king.
His voice was small as a sparrow's, and shrill and wonderful clear. I would gladly sell my secret, only my son I fear.
For life is a little matter, and death is not to the young. And I dare not sell my honor under the eye of my son. Take him, O king, and bind him, and cast him far in the deep. And it's I will tell the secret that I have sworn to keep.
They took the son and bound him neck and heels in a thong. And a lad took him and swung him, and flung him far and strong.
And the sea swallowed his body like that of a child of 10. And there on the cliff stood the father, last of the dwarfish men.
True was the word I told you, only my son I feared. For I doubt the sapling courage that goes without the beard. But now in vain